So we're here again at the Louisiana Music Educators Association Professional Development Conference, and we're talking today with Sheily Bell. Sheily Bell is the Director of Bands at Dutchtown High School, and lots of success built around your career. I hate to say a number, but you have a 50-year career, is that right?
51 now.
51,
yeah.
So we're going to get to all that success, but Sheily, before we get to that point, at what point in your life did you start loving music and know, hey, this is what I'm going to do?
I really didn't know until I was a senior in high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've always loved music. My mother was my first music teacher, and she taught piano until she was 90 years old and couldn't see the music, I guess, anymore. And I just love music, and I love sports. And everybody looks at me going, "You love sports?" Yeah, I love sports. I was a basketball player, and I ran track, did the flag football thing and all that stuff. And so when I was in high school, I was a basketball player, and I loved to play basketball. But that was the day, and I'm telling my age now because back in the day we had half court.
Oh. Okay.
So because the girls were too delicate back then. Oh, please. Anyway, we had to. I did that, and I loved basketball. And then somebody said my senior year, if you had to choose between band and basketball, what would have been? It'd have been basketball because I love basketball.
Right.
I was just offended by it when I couldn't play anymore. I didn't know that I could go on to college, and I'm glad I didn't because I also love band.
Right.
And when I got at LSU, Tiger Band, that was it.
That was it.
1 week in the Tiger Band, I knew what I wanted.
What did you play?
Trumpet.
Trumpet. You were a trumpet player. I had heard that. Okay.
Well, not a great one, but I could play at it.
You got the job done?
Yeah.
Did you know the 4 notes?
Yeah, I know the 4 notes.
I mean, and then we're okay there.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's 2. Dun, 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 dun. It's like 2 notes.
It's like 2 notes.
But you got to play it 1 note 3 times.
1 note 3 times. Okay. Well, good. Thanks for that little lesson there. The world's going to appreciate that. So you went to LSU School of Music to become a band director.
Correct.
And you did all that stuff and did amazing things there. Then you broke out where? Where was your first? Bring us through some of that.
My first job was when I was in school. A little Catholic school in my parish, St. Teresa. They needed a band director, so I was able to work it out. I'd go to my classes and I'd go teach at St. Teresa a couple of days.
Sure.
And then I was also at Catholic High in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
Working with my good friend who is now deceased, Dennis Villiers. And I taught there for a year or so, and then they luckily, when I was at U-High doing my student teacher, they allowed me to go to Catholic High 1 or 2 days a week to work with them. And then after that, my first job was at East Ascension High School for a semester.
Okay.
The band director there took a sabbatical, and then after that, I went to East Ascension Junior High and worked with Carl Schecksnyder until Sanamo High opened up. And then I opened up with Sanamo with Carl Schecksnyder, and I was there until the job opened at East Ascension, and I went to East Ascension in '84, I think, and stayed there for about 20 years. And then when Dutchtown opened up, there you have it. So I taught at all 3 high schools on this side of the river.
Wow. So and lots of success. So tell us about a little bit about the success. You don't have to hit everything you did, but before we get to the big thing that happened to you this year, but what? How do you keep the kids motivated today and when we get past that, we'll talk about administration, but talk about the kids first.
Well, the kids is what motivates me, what they do, where they started at, and how well they do. And I get so excited when they do something well, and I get silly on the podium, but it works.
Yeah.
It works for me.
Sure. I've seen you conduct honor bands, and I just sit there and watch you, and it's amazing. They're having the eggs lay.
Oh, the roosters lay eggs
in Kansas or something. It's just fun stuff, right?
Yes.
So
we want them to have fun, but we also want them to learn at the same time.
Right. So here we are, administrators, and this is a safe space. Only the world's going to see this video. How do you get administrative support behind you? I mean, you've been doing this 50 years. You have amazing programs. LMEA, one thing we're trying to do is reach out to our administrators of how they can support programs. Tell us what that looks like.
I've always thought of the pecking order, so to speak. If you have a problem, go to the problem, and for the most part, I've had great administrators my entire career in Ascension Parish, and if I had a problem with them, a problem with something, I'd go talk to them.
Sure.
and let them know how you feel. You have to let them know how you feel and that you are just as important as any other class. A lot of principals don't know that, so you have to educate them and say, hey, we're here in the back, we're doing our thing, but when's the last time you've been to a band concert? You want me to play at our football games, or you want me to play at a basketball game? Well, that's my season. Basketball season is my band season.
Sure.
So you have to explain to them about those kind of things, and and through the years, I've just built a lot of camaraderie with all of the admin. Of course, since you've been there since dirt, everybody knows you, but they know me because I guess I've been around so long.
Yeah. Because what I know, you have a lot of great administrative support, but it's because you are open with them, y'all communicate, they know your expectations, and you certainly know theirs, and y'all respect that. So.
Well, I think administrators like you when you don't have any kids that have to go to them. Right. They know that band directors are going to take care of their business, and if there is a problem, you let them know about it. You handle your problems, and then you call the administrator and say, look, this is what I did, or I might need your help on this one.
Right.
Right. But for the most part, you just handle it, and then they take care of it.
So what are the top memories of your 51-year career? Would it be a particular concert season, a particular marching season? This year you won Grand Championship at Showcase. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
so
it is.
Is it that, or is it something?
No, I mean
something less significant in the eyes of the world, or what could it be?
I don't care to win anything. Okay. I just want the kids to beat themselves, and I always felt that way. I want today's rehearsal to be better than yesterday's, and today's performance to be better than last week's performance.
We need to make bumper stickers and t-shirts with that on there. That's how we do it.
They have to be self-motivated themselves, the kids do, and you strive. We have great leaders in our band, and I have a lot of leaders that do a lot of things behind the scenes in my band. We can't run the program without our leaders, and I always tell the kids, it's not my program, it's your program. I'm just waving a stick. You're the one that has to do the job.
That's right. So yeah, you run a marching festival. A lot of great things there. Anything you want to talk about there about Dutchtown?
Well, again, we have a committee, a lead, and we have a lead for the festival, and then we have committees that each is in charge of their own little thing. So, you got a lot of
hard workers.
Yeah, a lot of hard workers, and it's a collaboration.
But it takes an orchestra leader, and that's you. You wave the stick to the parents, right?
The kids, some people say, Ms. Bell, or how do you do this festival? I said, I don't know. The parents do it all. We have meetings. I'm there at the meetings, and I'll suggest, we have a t-shirt person, we have a spirit person, we have a concession stand person, we have a runner for and all of that. And then Daniel, of course, my assistant, he's the one that's running the computer. Yep. He's so good at that. Don't put me in front of a computer, but he's real good at that, and so he does. And then Connor, my assistant, is great at whatever we ask him to do.
Right. It looks like you're surrounded by a lot of support there for sure.
Yes.
So, Sheila, you're a legend. 51 years in this business. Everybody knows Sheily Bell. You could walk out there to the choir people and say, do you know Sheily Bell? The answer is yes, 9 out of 10. What do the next 51 look like?
Well, I tell everybody asks me, when are you going to retire, Sheila? I said, well, I guess when they bring a pine box in a band room. I don't know. You never know.
Yeah.
I've even prayed about it. And I said, well, God, I hope you don't have to hit me on the head and tell me when it's time to retire. But, this is what I do. I love it. And, so I continue on with it.
That's it. Well, Sheila, we appreciate your time today, and thank you for doing this. I know the Louisiana Music Educators Association appreciates the work you do and the advocacy that you do for them, and this video is certainly going to be part of that. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.